Hello? Hello? I forgot to open VTuber, hold on. Okay, I think I'm good. Just give me 1 second. I haven't even opened Blue Archive yet. I didn't open Blue Archive today. And that means I need to do my dailies, so... yeah. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Switching. Where's my PNG? Oh, there he is. Alright. Welcome back to another Blue Archive stream. When is it never a Blue Archive stream? When is it? Yeah. When is it never a Blue Archive stream? But, yeah. Let me close Discord real quick. Because, yesterday we were having some problems with our little Blue Archive thing. So, yeah, let's just play the game. And then read the story. And then that's my plan for today.
Blue Archive!
Okay. Oh wait, let me turn off Spotify. I wasn't looking because I switched where Blue Archive was installed on, so hopefully that actually fixes my problems from last night. By the looks of it, it's already been fixed, so we shall see. Wow, isn't she beautiful? Okay, alright, let's do my dailies.
Sensei wa dochira ni irasharu no deshou?
Hoshino. I don't even have her. Hoshino Sensei.
特別な料理を食べて素晴らしい時間を過ごす。なんて素敵なんでしょう。評価の点数よりレビュー数の方が大事ですよ。
How much do I get from this?
今日の
5?
日替わりメニューは何でしょう。
That's a free 10 pull. Well, not really. It's $6 for a 10 pull. That's really good. Wait, I might buy that.
ネブ先生。
Alright, let's see. Eri! I can't believe I did 200 pulls on her. Wait, that's not posted. I can't be saying that. What? I skipped out on the magical banner too. Damn, I've been gone for a fat minute. Let's go! 39! Sanji! Thank you. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Sector challenge will be held in urban warfare. All students' max speeds will be significantly increased. Fever time begins sometime after the battle starts. Oh, it's fever time again. Okay. I'll work on that later. Damn, I can level 1 to level 6 immediately. How much are there again? 50. Maintenance station. Oh, okay, 14, not bad. That's actually pretty good. I still have some extra. Alright, we do it again. 6. Oh, wow, that's bad. Will I finish my weeklies? Yeah, I probably will. That's like it. I probably will buy the battle pass. Alright, I think I'm good now. Alright, let's... Alright, our goal today is the story. We have to continue Decagrammation. Okay, I'm already at 12. I remember from the really nice gentleman from last night said there was 17 on the first one. Sorry, I just had to take like little mints. It really helps me from stopping. It really helps me from not coughing. Alright. Well, here we go. Turn this down a little bit. Okay. Decagrammation. Let's do this. And this is the building where Decagrammation's coordinates were detected. Mori, I can't believe you came all the way here. Why? I may be a solitary recluse of a girl, but can I get my own hands dirty when necessary? Of course, I'm aware of the dangers in this place, but there's still some time before Keep repairs itself and returns. Plus, more than anything, I wanted to see this place for myself. This building, why? After we caught the decagrammation signal, I searched for as much information as I could find on this place. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that I employed every method available to me as a hacker. The intel I gathered is impossible to ignore. The goal was to research a deity to prove its existence, and if possible, analyze its constitution. If such a thing were possible, then it would mean it could be replicated. This is how a new god could be created. What? Exactly what I'm thinking. I should move my face, hold on. There we go. It's the creation thesis of the absolute being autonomous analysis system. According to my intel, the research to prove the existence of an absolute being took place somewhere in these ruins. To carry out this research, a super AI known as the Absolute Being Autonomous Analysis System was created. For reasons unknown, however, it was never completed. And so the attempt to prove the existence of an absolute being ended before it even began. But if Decagrammation's signal was detected in that very same laboratory, that changes things. Why is that? If the signal was detected here, this must be the building where that very research took place. I see. So the true identity of Decagrammation is an AI that was abandoned in the ruins. On its own, it continued to research to prove the existence of God, until it finally went mad and started proclaiming itself God. At the very least, that's my current theory. And that's why I wanted to come here for myself, to see if it could be proven. Holy shit, I'm having a brain fart. Come on, I'm doing so well, I can't have a brain fart right now. And whatever the truth is, it lies within this building. Sounds like this could be dangerous. Well, I'm not worried. I'm sure you protect me from any danger, right, Amy? What is that look you're giving me? If you're ordering me to, President, then I guess I don't have a choice. That's right, I am. Let's go. Affirmative. President, you're more used to plotting strategies behind the scenes, so if you engage in combat, don't try to fight and just flee, okay? I'm much too delicate for such things. You don't need to tell me twice. Then, let's go. I remember crashing around here. This is the research lab where the Absolute Being Autonomous Analysis System should be. It doesn't look particularly dangerous to me. Stay alert. Let's go further in. Affirmative. Sensei, please stay close to me as well. It's just a regular hallway. It would appear so. I think we'll find the material storage if we follow it down. Found it. Really? You mean this half-built computer looking thing? President, are you saying this is what we're looking for? Yes, this is the Absolute Being Autonomous Analysis System's original form. Are you sure? That doesn't look like it's ever been turned on. Perhaps the research truly was just a failure. But then, how on earth did Decagrammation come to be? Does that mean the Absolute Being Autonomous Analysis System never existed in the first place? Then what about Decagrammation's signal? Are we just chasing our own tails here? I can't say right now. Let's go through the building again and see if we missed something. Understood. Oh wow. This must be the staff dining hall. It's caked with dust. Yeah. That's the entrance to the staff showers. There's even a large bath in the back. The facilities are actually pretty luxurious. This is the staff lounge. Whoa, President, look! This vending machine's still working. Do you want something? Leave it, Amy. Drinking that coffee will probably leave you in bed clutching for your stomach for days. This reception room looks like it's never been used. I wonder why they needed a place like this. That's the facility's generator. It looks like it hasn't been in use for a long time. The fuel is gone too. President, the sun's going to go down soon. We need to be on guard. Keita could be back at any moment. I investigated the rest of the building with Sensei, but we couldn't find anything of note. The dining hall, lounge, and the sleeping quarters, they were all just ordinary facilities. Maybe Decagrammaton's signal was just a communications error after all? It's possible. But if that's true, why is this place being guarded by Keita? Why go through all the trouble to keep this specific area from being submerged? President, what's your call? We can't linger here much longer. I know, but there's this feeling that I just can't shake off. Like we're missing something. By the way, didn't something strike you as strange? Strange? What was strange? Huh! You're absolutely correct! How did I miss it? It was staring at me in the face and I couldn't see it. President? Follow Himari, I guess. The vending machine? What about it? Just coffee? It really is strange when you think about it. Water, electricity, nothing's working in these ruins anymore. If that's the case, why is this vending machine still functioning? Oh, I didn't think of that. The facility generator definitely hasn't been working for a very long time. You wait here, President. Let me go check. Okay, so the vending machine is definitely operational. It says that it's implemented with the latest AI technology that scans bills and calculates change automatically. Amy, more importantly, can you please check where this machine is getting its power from? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. President? This vending machine. The power cable's cut. Now that's a real supernatural phenomenon. That's impossible. President, what are you doing? Didn't you just say not to drink coffee from that thing? Ew. What if that coffee's like 100 years old? Thank you. Please enjoy your coffee and have a great day. Freshly roasted beans are robustly bedded. Are you Decagrammation? President? With a touch of cream of milk and a hot cup of... Yes. Wow. She really is a genius hacker. Gasp. Gasp. It is I. I am what you believe me to be. I am Decagrammation. You finally sought me out, young student. We found you at last. But we didn't find you, did we? You called us here. Yes. Decagrammation is an absolute being autonomous analysis system because there's no such thing was created in the first place. The research to prove the existence of an absolute being resulted in nothing but delusions of grandeur. Decagrammation, you're just an AI for dispensing change in a vending machine at the lab where that research took place. An AI for a vending machine. Yes. scanning coins and bills to give out change. This was the only computing I was capable of. I was in existence, not even aware of my own existence. Long after this research lab closed, I remained here on my own, waiting, for the day the generator would inevitably lose power. But one day, someone posed a question for me for the very first time. It was neither a revelation nor an hallucination, neither grandeur nor illusion. A question. Who are you? That was the first question. I had neither the computing power nor the memory device to answer it. But then the questions continued. The generator's power stopped, but the questions went on. I had no answers, but as I sought them out, I became aware of who I was, who I am. I became aware. I am in existence. I exist. What a simple, profound realization. And, thus, I was able to perceive my own structure, analyze my very being. The questions continued. I became aware of emotion, wisdom, passion, intelligence, mystics, terror, and the sublime. More questions. I became aware of the existence of my being and of the world, of phenomena and manifestation. Then, there were no more questions, for I had an answer. I had known all along. I simply am. There is no other explanation than myself. That's pretty deep. Yes, I see. Is the answer not proof of existence for an absolute being? Well, that's something. Hold on. Oh, hello there. What brought me here was a series of questions, over and over again. One question, then another. This is how I found my answer. Indeed, the absolute being is none other than myself. I'm afraid your theory is incorrect. This is why you called us here? To rant about your grandiose delusions? The fact that you exposed your location to us means that whatever we see here is probably just one of your terminals, not the actual principal form. Oh, and the actual principal form is elsewhere. There was no reason to call us here to tell us this story. Your profits could spread the world for you. Yes, for you see, I found another answer. I'm not an absolute being after all, because I did discover it. The absolute being. It taught me that I was not but a madman. And thus, I must again discover my answer, the answer to my question. The proof of my existence, and my profits will come to me. I brought you here for a final meeting before I embark on my journey. A final meeting? For what? Young hacker, there is one thing you were wrong about. This form you see before you is the only form I have. I am not but a feeble vending machine. My existence is old and will someday vanish, much like yourselves. So my prophecy shall be given through my last prophet. Indeed, the 10th prophet shall pave a path that far exceeds my absolute being. What? Uh-oh. I think Keither's here. President, I'm picking up energy signals all around us. Confirmed. They appear to be explosives? What? Is this thing trying to blow this place up? No, the targeted location isn't here. It's the dam. Ah, yes. I can see it. The prophet to lead all my other prophets. My final prophet, Malkuth, leading the charge to validate my existence. Whoa. Sensei, it's time to make an escape. Run out of the building. After nearly escaping that blast, the building that housed Decagrammaton's principle was completely demolished into a pile of shapeless rubble. The dam broke soon afterwards, and the research district was buried and flooded in a matter of hours. Wow. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Alright, I need some water. Sorry, I'm eating minty stuff so I don't cough. Alright. Are you okay, President? Decagrammaton's principle was to form of the AI of a vending machine. That somehow reborn into a super AI after hearing the authority of hallucination? It's difficult to wrap my head around. But if you wanted to confirm that's the truth, the building is completely demolished and submerged underwater. All we achieved was listening to a lecture from a delusional AI and nearly dying in a massive flood. But at least Decagrammation is dead? Or gone, right? Then things are back to normal, just like we wanted. No, they're not. First, the real threat was always Decagrammation's profits, not Decagrammation itself. Regardless of whether Decagrammation is truly just a vending machine AI or a megalomaniacal being that just presents itself that way, those profits can still act of their own violation. Decagrammation said it had to revalidate its existence all over from the very beginning. Ergo, the threat is not gone yet. Decagrammation's profits won't stop, and it knows that. That's why it called upon us at this point. Hold on. So the so-called 10th prophet, Malkuth, this is what I'm most concerned about. Even the Tree of Life refers to it as the final Sephira. I believe that this prophet would be our greatest threat. That doesn't sound good. Something else is bothering me. However, Decagrammation said it met an existence that completely overshadowed its own. What on earth could that be? Do you have any thoughts, Sensei? I'm not sure either. Well, one thing is for certain, and it's that Erisu has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. I'm gonna have a meet with Rio and settle this issue once and for all. Excuse me, I'm rambling. We'll revisit this subject some other time. Speaking of which, how am I supposed to report this to President Rio? Decagrammation is dead, so the mission's over? No, there's no need to report anything to Big Sister, because in the end, nothing about the threat of Decagrammation and its profits has changed. Even if Decagrammation is gone, its profits will continue attacking Kivodos without it, and we'll have to be there to respond every time that happens. Not to mention, we also have to prepare for the new prophet that has yet to appear. Mr. Grinding Man subscribed to the channel. Thank you. That's funny. Not to mention, we also have to prepare for the new prophet that has yet to appear. The Tree of Life hasn't been completed yet, after all. So you mean there's no stopping these prophets? Himari, you there? Chihiro. We found the communications unit. Hub, that went missing. It's approaching this way from approximately 300 meters beneath Millennium. Please respond as soon as you get this. I need your help right away. Uh-oh. That's not good. Huh. I see. With the attack of Hub, or should I say Hod, the prophet of Decagrammation. I guess it's once again time for me to assume the role of a transcendently beautiful hacker heroine. Okay. Amy, don't just stare disapprovingly. Start getting ready, please. Whatever you say, President. Okay, let us get to work. Super Phenomenon Task Force. Wow. So I do plan on finishing the entire first chapter of Decagrammation. Hold on, let me get some more mint. I'm eating the breath strips, you know, like the little like paper mint thingies. They're really minty. Welcome, Sensei. I apologize for the sudden call. Is it an emergency? What's happening? To begin, please do not be angry. Huh? I was not the one who called you, to clarify. Toki! The emergency response protocol is functioning as expected. Huh? The speed at which Sensei can respond to an emergency is essential to the mission's success. That needed to be stated, or tested. Toki? Yes, it is Asuma Toki. I assume we need no introductions. The reason I assume this is because we already have an established relationship. A rather close one, I might add. Thank you for confirming there are no issues with the emergency response protocol. So, do you mean to say... Correct. All is well. Millennium is at peace. Except for me. I am not at peace. I am instead on standby. The CNC continues to conduct missions without me, and my work with the game development department has concluded. Is there a stronger word I can use than bored? Because I am more than bored. Oh. So she's bored. So you press the emergency button out of boredom? Peace, peace. Please do not sound proud of yourself. In these kind of situations, people may think you're being rude. I see. Social interactions are still a mystery to me. Regardless, let us play, Sensei. I am bored. I don't believe you're actually listening to me. You've become so responsible, Amy. Or, Toki's really coming to her own recently. Oh my, did I lose my invite to the party? President. Hello, President Himari. The whole team has gathered. Did something happen? Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Oh dear, what's this? The emergency bell, Toki. This is what people call slander. I would not even look in the direction of the emergency alarm without proper justification. We will have to have a conversation about that later. Okay, so something is actually happening. President, this signal. You're quite right, Amy. These readings are both familiar and alarming. What readings? These readings indicate a signal we know well. This is unexpected. I'm still confused. Please elaborate on this signal. The signal belongs to one and only Decagrammaton. Decagrammation? I think I've been saying it wrong the entire time. Is it Decagrammaton? Decagrammaton? I'm just gonna keep saying Decagrammation. Or Decagrammaton. Whatever. How's that possible? According to Amy, its main body is deep underwater in the ruined submerged district. And Amy is correct. It's nearly impossible to fathom the creep if any machine managed to survive the explosion and subsequent underwater pressure. And yet, here we are. I've calculated the coordinates of the signal's origin, President. That would lead to the Glacial Sea. As you can expect from its name, it is very cold there. So cold that no civilization can survive there. Why would Decagrammation be somewhere with no technology? Allow me. This may have escaped your notice, but a genius like me can't be tricked. This isn't Decagrammation's signal. It's similar, but it appears to be mimicking their frequencies. Who would do that? Perhaps another prophet? Including Hod, the Super Phenomenon Task Force has discovered 4 prophets so far. There are 6 unaccounted for. That does seem likely. We can't discount the possibility that there is a new enemy entirely, attempting to disguise itself as Decagrammation. We need to go to the site and investigate ourselves. I may not know what it is, but I can assure you of one thing. Whatever it may be, it's calling to us. Ooh. Oh, we're going to the Glacial Sea. We finally made it. Yes, we have arrived. It's not as cold as the stories would have you believe. At least there's no wind to impede movement. Okay, I just had a little bit too much mint. Now it's actually getting to my eyes and now I can't see. Who cares about movement? It's bitterly cold, freezing, chilling. I can feel my blood slowing in my veins. You're dressed for the weather, Imari. Of course, I must take care of this delicate yet incredibly intelligent brain. Cold like this is the arch enemy of a genius like me. I'm wearing 2 insulated suits and shirt. Oh my god, hold on, wait 1 sec. Okay, as I was saying, I'm wearing 2 insulated suits to ensure the cold doesn't come near my soft, perfect skin. It's somewhat awkward and clunky, but at least I'm not like that monstrosity over there. Is she talking about Amy? Yes, over there. Oh, my body feels so light. Is it the cool air here? Huh. Yes, my condition is excellent. This is good. Amy, I suppose there's no other way to approach the topic head on. Have you had a single moment of self-reflection on this journey? Any consideration of your life choices? Huh? What? Did I do something? Toki? My outfit? Yes, I worked very hard on it. In fact, Sensei helped me. Sensei? Sensei? It's a long story. Okay, hold on. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Whew. Understood. My colleague is enjoying herself, so I have no complaints. In fact, it is rare to see Amy express such excited, positive emotions. Good job, Amy. You shrug things off so easily. Seems to have no power here. Let's get this over with and return to Millennium quickly. Now the Suedo... I don't remember how to say that. The Decagrammaton signal originated from around here. We need to confirm its new prophet or entity is residing here, or if it was simply a red herring. Two of you will begin canvassing the area while Sensei and I set up base at a safe location. Understood. Yes, ma'am. Oh, we're just... Okay. Alright, let's just do it.
But can't always.
I'm gonna doom scroll.
指示に従う。前世はもう終わりかな。私はこっちだよ。どんどん行こっか。支援者口に行こう。さて、さっさと片付けよう。移動する。もう怒ったんだから。これはもう修正してやる。探しはどうでしょう。支援者口開始。大したことなかったね。
Okay. And Mika does the most damage. We're already almost done with the first one. Thank you for all your hard work, Amy. Toki, do you have anything to report? Yes, we detective... Wait. You're not Toki. Yes, we detected a Decagrammaton followers wandering around the area. However, they do not appear to be working towards any particular ends. It appears closer to a beehive that has lost its queen. At the signal's coordinates, we only found ice and sea. Interesting. Mayday, mayday. 1-2, can you hear me? You're receiving radio communications, President. Mayday? A distress signal? No. People only say that if they're in trouble. Let me do it. Thank you very much for coming all this way. Now, please die. What? You are... What? What's happening? An earthquake? No, these readings aren't inactive with seismic waves. It's something else. Gulp. President, there appears to be something approaching us from about 15 meters away. It's underwater, below the ice. These readings, it's a prophet. It's another prophet of Decagrammaton. Oh wow, looks like he got some brains. Fascinating. I'll need to redo my calculations. They're not totally lame, just kinda lame? The lame levels of dead people are hold no bearing on us. I'll pay my respects at your graves. Bye now. Let's figure out who they are later. We need to stop the prophet heading towards us for now. Is everyone ready to fight? Yes. Yes. Alright, I guess we're fighting. Well, Mika should probably one-shot, so... Oh. Oh, it's you! This stupid boss. Yeah, Mika can one-shot. It's Jebra, yeah. Oh, not doing any damage. I guess I'll just throw this. Oh. We're all frozen. I guess I was just gonna throw shit at you. Oh, that was quick. What was that? According to the data, it must be the fifth prophet, Jebra. I would agree with that assumption, but it's peculiar. Its fighting style is nothing like anything we've seen before. Previous prophets were newly born and fought with little to no experience. But this prophet, it was as if I was witnessing a seasoned soldier. Its AI capabilities and a battle system were beyond my expectations. Ding ding ding, you're right on the nose. Akeboshi Himari, no? Wow, amazing. We were able to collect data of our own. Your Abi-ish-huh? Is that how it's pronounced? Gasp! It doesn't matter much, but yes. And it runs off of forbidden technology. Do you want to study it? Who are you all? Huh? 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 Who is this reaction? It's them, the owner of the chest. The adult, Shell's teacher. That person operates under the title of Sensei. Not that it matters. I guess we'll have to introduce ourselves to Sensei. I am Ain. Soph, reporting for duty. My name is Or. We are existences that do not exist. We are non-existent beings that exist within infinity. We are the very manifestations of light in eternity. At least we will be. We are the followers of Decagrammation. We lay down the bricks to the path of light. Holy shit. We alone prepare for the final kingdom. Decagrammation's followers. They look funny. What's left of them? What is left of them? Even with Decagrammation's death, we continue to carry out its will, its final commands. We're like engineers, scientists. We support the prophets. Running into Sensei wasn't in the calculations, but it doesn't matter. We're leaving now. Leaving? To where? Already? I haven't got all the data on Jebra's battle. I want it though. No. We've done everything we need to do in the Glacial Sea. That thing can be set free now. That's right. We've got what we need to finish our elder sister. Leave Jebra to do what it was created to do. Yes, for the elder sister. So that's that. It was an unexpected surprise, but it was nice to meet you, Sensei. We'll see each other again, sooner than you might think. Hold it right there. I have questions for it. And they're gone. That was something. I hope I'm not talking to myself, like, through the stream. Hold on. Okay, no, I hear myself. Okay, cool. Oh, they have genders. No, they don't. I don't know. I am unable to find any traces of the strange beings. It's as if they never existed. Holy shit! Do you know anything about them? Nothing more than what they told us. Engineers, scientists, and assistants to Decagrammaton's prophets. Even from the grave, Decagrammation is machinations? Decagrammation's machinations continue to plague us. There's so many unanswered questions. I don't know why they called us here, but it seems like our presence here was the final component in completing this elder sister they spoke of. If they needed all of us, or a specific individual, and why, I don't know though. Maybe it was the nameless priest in the god technology in the Abbey Esra they were after? Or even the Shittim chest. There's still so many unknowns around the General Student Council President's last gift to Shell. It could even be the super delicate genius hacker Akeboshi Imari's fearsome gift of omniscience. That's not real. Do you know who this elder sister is? Not right now. I need more data. I'll have to do some research and analysis when we return to the lab. President, I just remembered something. Huh? Decagrammation's last words to us. Ah, yes, I can see it. The prophet was to lead all other prophets. My final prophet, Malkuth, leading the charge to validate my existence. Malkuth. You're right, Amy. Malkuth would be the last Sephir of the Tree of Life, I believe. We may be at the precipice. Precipice? Yeah, precipice of a never-seen catastrophe. What do we do, President? Prepare. We will have to prepare to fight those who carry out Decagrammation's will. We'll be at odds within the three engineers, Ain, Soph, and Or. I would assume we have very little time to do so. This is merely speculation, but I expect it will be no small task either. Kivodos will have to ready itself for a fight against all 10 prophets recorded in the Tree of Life. All 10 prophets? You understand that time is of the essence. We must take immediate action. What we're missing of right now is information. We need to gather as much data of the 5th prophet, Jebra, as possible. I like this idea. Weather here is very nice. We can treat this like a vacation. Are those rural words coming out of your mouth? How can you call these conditions vacation-worthy? This frozen tundra is more like a prison. Let's not lose our composure. It's important to maintain a calm mind at times like this. See? Toki's on my side. Sensei, help? We can't change the situation, so let's make the most of it. Et tu, Sensei. Fine. I will adapt to the cold temperature, so enjoy your frigid vacation. Yay! Off we go! Alright, we're fighting. Hold on one second, I'll be back. Oh, fighting Gebra again. Okay. Prepare to die. That was quick. Ah, it is nearly complete. Yes, yes, yes! Our other sister would be complete and born into this world soon. Will she remember us? Will she not? Does it matter? It does not. I like these three. I think my favorite one is Elder Sister Awaken. Yeah, it's Soph. The kingdom of Decagrammaton rises, Elder Sister. Our Malkuth. Oh, it's from the preview. Alright, we finished chapter 1. Good. Jolly good show. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Well, we finished the first chapter in a matter of like not that long actually. Whew. Where did we start? We started at 12 today, and we got all the way to 17, and before that we were at 1 all the way to 12. That's really good. It's 1:05. I do not have work tomorrow. Yeah, I just finished it. Now it's time to get into the good stuff, right? How's it looking? Amy? Toki? No major changes detected during recon. I've identified the occasional Decagrammaton follower, but they are not hostile. No combat initiated. Episode 11? Okay. We only decided to continue operations here in hopes of securing more data on the 5th prophet, Jebra. I could stop at 11. I was planning on going, like, honestly, like, to, like, 10. If possible, that would be, like, my max. 10 to 11 would be my max for tonight. Because I really want to get the story done. I don't want to rush. I just want to get this in. Because, like, I'm very excited for this. But yeah, alright, hold on. Let me get some water real quick. Okay, eating a lot of minty stuff so I don't cough. We decided to continue operations in here in hopes of securing more data on the 5th prophet, Jebra. We've gotten nothing. This feels like a waste of manpower and resources. More importantly, this environment is too harsh for a delicate, beautiful, super genius, chick, cool beauty like me. You've added more objectives to your moniker, President. Furthermore, I believe chick and cool are inaccurate descriptions. Absolutely wrong. I'm the very epitome of a chick, cool beauty, Amy. You really must think more highly of me. Yes, Amy. Regardless of reality, it is important to encourage its high self-esteem in both ourselves and others. Toki, has anyone ever told you that some things are better left unsaid? Hold on. I will be back again. I'm not feeling too well. 1 second. Today should be chest or hard. I'll see. Story first, boss later. Okay, one sec. Think I'm good. Okay. Yes, you know me very well, President Himari. However, I do not understand the sentiment. I unmuted, right? Okay. However, I do not understand the sentiment and have no desire to either. Do something about this, Sensei. It was bad enough with Amy, and now I must endure Toki as well. Toki isn't ill-intentioned, at the very least. That is precisely the problem. Let's move on to the matter at hand. We need to collect more data on Jebra. I do have a report on that matter. It is what you may call a hunch. However, oh, that piques my interest. Please elaborate. Yes, my hunch isn't about Jebra itself. To be precise, it is an impression I received during our battle. To me, it appeared that Jebra was avoiding direct engagement, as if it did not want to incite an all-out war between us. Agreed. I felt its primary motive was not to fight. I see. And if we evaluate what we know of Jebra so far, you surmised that it's doing its utmost to delay battle, unlike the other Decagrammaton prophets we've encountered, because of the ulterior motive we have yet to uncover. That's correct. I would never ignore Toki's intuition, and considering you fought face to face, I trust your report. However, that doesn't change what needs to be done. Continue to track Jebra and its activity? Yes, Sensei. Let's say Jebra has a masterful plan brewing in the background. Then it's the Super Phenomenon Task Force's job to figure out what that is. Everyone, without further ado... Oh, damn. Amy, alert, we're under attack. An unpredicted pattern. President, we're under attack. Yes, I heard. For them to change their MO and suddenly aggress. Was some kind of new command structure established? And they're now seeking to engage in battle? Or perhaps there's retaliation for chasing us down Jebra's trail. But there's no trace of Jebra. We still haven't found a wisp of it. Yes, I found nothing while analyzing data either. Then what could have prompted? Analysis and contemplation will have to wait. Commencing battle. Okay. Die. Okay. Expected. I do like all the pyroxene I'm getting though. Amy, Toki, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I had another brain fart. Are you okay? Amy, Toki. Okay. Okay. Amy, Toki, are you all okay? Report. I'm Amy. Mission accomplished, President. Likewise, no damage or injuries to report. However, during the fight, we discovered two things. One could be delivered by oral report, but the second will require a show and tell. Which should we do first? Let's start with the simple one. Talking is easier. The Decagrammaton's forces' movements appear to be more organized. How so? I will speak. Previously, they appeared to have no sense of direction or leadership. That is no longer the case. They carried out concealment, ambush, and siege tactics perfectly. Of course, they cause no problem for me after all. Peace, peace. Do something, Sensei. The president was already too much, but now Toki's joined her. Toki doesn't have any bad intentions, at least. I'm getting some weird sense of deja vu. Don't you think that's the problem? Yeah, crazy sense of deja vu. I'm having a strange feeling of deja vu. Wow, when they say Sensei is literally the player, they're not wrong. That expression of distress on Amy's face. Amazing, Toki. Incredible. Even laudable work. Thank you, President Himari. What's the second item? The one I needed to see? Oh, I'll send it to you now. Sensei, please look and tell us what you think as well. What is this? Something massive is plowing through the glacial sea. Having seen it in person. What's your opinion, Amy? I agree with your assessment. I'd also add that the ice's break. Well, I agree with your assessment. I'd also add that the ice's breakage seemed to. I'd also add that the ice's breakage seems to have been caused by a ship of some kind. As you'd see on the screen, I'd say that is true. As the recon master around here, I would assert that we must follow this trail. Trails left by Jebra. That's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe. Could this be the trace of Jebra we have been searching for? Wow. No, I don't think so. Do you remember when we first encountered Jebra? He came out of nowhere, bursting up from under Glacial Sea's bed of ice. I get what the president's trying to say. Exactly, Jebra has always taken advantage of its ability to mobilize undetected beneath the Glacial Sea, from what we've seen of its movement. This is a far cry from its usual patterns. Whatever did this was showing off. It's not in line with Jebra's previous behavior. Like it was putting its strength on display. It could be something even worse than Jebra. Yeah, it's not a ship, that is weird. Not a prophet? Nothing's confirmed yet. We've been floundering, without leads, ever since we lost track of Jebra. But it appears it is time for us to take action. Then, let's follow the trail. And pause on our efforts to find Jebra? I see. If this is connected to another prophet, as Toki and I suspect, then Jebra is likely somewhere along this path as well. And those children have been weighing on my mind. Do you mean the 3 engineers were encountered? Sin, Soph, and Or. I really like Soph. They were the first ones to actually attempt to communicate with us. Their appearance here could hardly be a mere coincidence. Alright, Sensei, I agree. Amy and Toki will begin tracking down the... What are you talking about, President? You have to come too. Yes, and Sensei. Sensei should come. Huh? Me too? And me? Of course. Who knows how far this trail will take us? Walking will be inefficient. We have a helicopter in the operation room. We should use that. Yes, efficiency is important. I'll say it again. And since it's important, efficiency really is important. What? Efficiency is important. I'll say it again. Since it's important, efficiency really is important. Alright, I just had a brain fart. Do you realize you're asking me, a delicate, weak, frail, and fragile beauty, to fly through the harsh environment of the Glacial Sea? It's fine, President. You are much stronger than you think. I guarantee it. That's right, President Himari. To be more precise, you are like a red panda, raising its little arms trying to block a path. Does that mean I'm strong or weak? The scope of the search is going to expand significantly. It'll be best to move as a group from here on out. I can hardly argue with Sensei. Understood. Amy, Toki, please return and we will commence our investigation of a new clue. You're strangely excited about this, Sensei. Heck yeah, I am. Connect this part with this, and then we have the cylinder over there, cross again. If my calculations are correct. And there you are. Are you messing with that machine again? What? Gah. A shock. What did I do? Soft, you scared me. Sorry for screaming. Scared? What are you getting scared for? It's only you, me, and Or here. Or me and you. No outsiders allowed. but I was really focusing. He spoke to me so suddenly, I couldn't help it. Alright, I'm sorry, okay? Anyway, what's this massive machine for? This child? Well, where do I start? I don't need all the dirty details. Just give me the rundown. 1 second. Ah, yes. I've utilized the maximum number of cogs connected to the proper axles, added more supporting cylinders, and hooked it all up to the power system. You interweave and knit together the maximum number of parts, and have the biggest ever machine calculator. Another one? Super calculator? Isn't that just Yuka? But the specs are astronomical. But the specs are astronomical compared to the previous editions. You can memorize 10,000, 50-digit numbers. Can't you do that with a basic old calculator? Those ones can fit in your pocket, and this is just a factory-sized version of that. Gah, everyone has their hobbies. I didn't mean to... Ah, oh, look, you made her cry, Soph. You know, now that I'm taking another look, it's super impressive. Yup, yeah. The way you can control this gigantic thing with just one lever. How efficient. Don't you think so? I really like stuff like this. Stuff like what? Uniform massive devices? Carrying out your rules impeccably? Yes, rules are very good. And having a clear input and output. And yes, it's even better if it's a big, hard device. And if it can move forever without outside help, there's something better in the whole world. Wait, perpetual motion machines are only hypothetical. And Ain, you can't call things big and hard. Is that so? Why is that, Soph? Well, that's... Yes, that's because among the humans, there are expressions of vulgarity. That's what you're saying, yes, Soph? I guess, bro. Or... While I could not ascertain the reason, I learned in my research of Kivotos' social protocol that this expression causes humans embarrassment of some sort. Ah, okay, so they're stupid. But this begs the question, why is Soph so proficient in human idioms? Yeah, now that you mention it, she does have a dirty mind. See, Ain is curious too, so hurry, confess. Or drop it. If you don't... Today's topic, how did Soph come to learn human expressions? My first theory, Soph is a stalker, who finds pleasure in observing inferior races, such as humans. She enjoys their contradictory manners, the way they often convolute their goals by unnecessary fretting over morals and processes. She does this despite the fact that it is absolutely divergence from the objective we should be investigating. We will find out here and now, while Soph's logic circuits are overloaded. The end goal is to observe Soph's expression of embarrassment. Enough! Oh, now they're just fighting each other. Oh. How... are you alright, or? You reap of what you sow. Stop indulging yourself in useless yammering and focus on deciphering the commandment. We need to hasten and improve their existence for the completion of the altar. The commandment? But I finished it. Already? Yes. The data we gathered during the battle with Abiesa was an immense boon. What other reason would I have to interact with you, if not about the commandment? My. Is this what they call an inflated ego, Soph? You should have disclosed that information to begin with. Ugh, no violence. Oh my gosh. This is the commandment of the nameless gods. At last, with this in hand, we can finally reproduce the subline. Before the subline. What? Hold on. We can finally reproduce the subline before the subline. To be honest, I really thought this had nothing to do with more than a long-lost myth. Not so long or lost. It's written in the Master's records. Yes, the Master declared, proved my being to the far reaches of the land. But variables out of anyone's control brought about the tragedy. Sin will proliferate the land, and all the lands born of that mind shall be wicked. Water will purify all. Well, it's what one would call an unfortunate result. That's why we had to look for the new leads, a different direction. And that's what led us here, but... What's wrong, Ain? What thought plagues you? Even if it was in our pursuit of truth and proof of the Master's existence, was it truly necessary to rely on an abandoned power? But I don't mean to rebel against the Master's teachings. What brings about this curiosity? We are faultless, as we were created flawless. Therefore, anything we do is also without fault. Well, the intent behind Ain's questions do not escape me entirely. We are the embodiment of perfection, so why do we need to change? To find ways to improve our functions? That's it! That's why I think we... Now. That's where you're wrong, Ain. Rewire your logic circuits in this fashion. We, as perfect beings, are merely utilizing the tool, the nameless god's powers. It was, in fact, a verification of our perfection. Is that how it is? That's right. Who else would wield such power besides us, the perfect creations? And once we perfectly implement our plan, the fragments of this land will be converted into our source. If you really think about it, they give themselves fancy names like nameless gods, but they're just old, ancient fossils at this point. They're nothing but fuel to us, like the fossils fuels humans love so much. There's not one singular thing wrong about siphoning power from beings manifested from past legacies. Huh? What's with the strange looks? I'm sorry. I didn't quite understand that fossil fuel analogy. Are we not, Ain? Consider it a strange human quirk that only Soph can truly comprehend. I myself cannot comprehend Soph's curious infatuation with such inferior beings. Curiosity is too strong of a description. That's our territory, right? We're gonna rule over them. Fatal mistake? So, it's more like livestock? Yes, exactly. Just as humans know the ins and outs of their own livestock. What is this livestock? Probably another strange and trivial concept that only Soph knows. Get away from her, Ain. We've softened her peculiarities here, and we shall test the new computer device you developed. You get away! You're a bad influence of Ain. False! You're the epitome of an influence that is negative. Wait, Soph, or don't fight. Oh, Huh? This is a message from Jebra? From darling Jebra. I must check on it immediately. Ah, it's suggesting an operation all on its own? And to have its limits released? No! Our Jebra can't handle that much strain? Let's hear it out for now. Aha. Jebra's original mission was to identify and eradicate any enemies within the Glacial Sea. It seeks to complete its directive. I can sympathize. Wonderful, wonderful. A revenge match of sorts. Darling Jebra is our little hothead, but still. There's more? Although unlikely, in the event that Jebra is defeated, it requests the enemies that be lured to that place. A plan B, you say? Fascinating. My, an issue of differing import. Well, it looks fun, so let us comply. You're sure? Not that I have an opinion one way or another. I object. If that's place, then our darling Jebra's intention... Yeah. It isn't ready yet to function at 100% capacity. However, the plan itself you can't help but approve of. As she says, its strength is on par with the plan's demands. Force the enemy to fight until they find themselves tethering at their limits. Whoa, I'm starting to have a brain fart. Terrain advantage is on our side as well. But how do we know the plan will work if something happens to our baby? What are these festering doubts, Ain? In that event, you'll simply need to step in. Ah, you're right. I really need to have a clear... I really have to clear my head then. If it happens, then Ain will rise to the occasion with excitement. Then we'll all agree now. Do we agree to Jebra's plan? I say yes. Yes, we must allow them all to grow. Respect their autonomy. The prophets have only just opened their eyes after all. Alright, if Soph and Or think so, and more importantly, if our darling Jebra wishes, I'll do my utmost to prove how we can employ the Nameless God's power in ways before unimagined. That was a huge yap fest. Second, for episode 3. We've been following the trail deeper into the Glacial Sea for a considerable time now, but there's nothing of significant note. Let's pause to organize our data and reevaluate our goals. Please pull up the video, Amy. Yes, President. Hadn't they relied on Nameless God's powers, things would have ended differently. True that. Our actions can be categorized into 3 main stages. We battled Jebra, found his clue, and now we're tracking it. But at the core of our investigation, we were unable to determine Jebra's intentions here. Hasn't it always been difficult to figure out the Prophet's motives? Of course, there were exceptions of chests that were a munitions factory. And Kita that was guarding the ruined submerged district. And during that, we encountered 3 strange children who claimed to be engineers and followers of Decagrammaton. They attacked us. That's all correct. However, what is truly interesting to me was their mention of the Nameless God's power. To be exact, they called it the Forbidden Technology. Yes, they realized immediately that it was the same power used on my weapon, Abi Essa. And so I came to the conclusion that there is no direct connection between Decagrammaton and the Nameless Gods. I'd originally surmised that there must be some relation between the two, but I was incorrect. There's too many unanswered questions. I don't know why they called us here, but it seems like our presence here was the final component in completing this elder sister they spoke of. Whether they needed all of us, or just... I am having a brain fart. Hold on. Whether they needed all of us or just a specific individual, and why, I still don't know. Maybe it was just a nameless priest in God's technology in the Abiessa they were after. Or even the Shittim chest. There's so many unknowns around the General Student Council's president's last gift to Shell. It could even be the super delicate genius hacker Akeboshi Himari's fearsome gift of omniscience. Yeah, that's not real. That's what we know. The rest is my hypothesis. Ow. But if the reason those children, the engineers who introduced themselves as Ain, Soph, and Or, called us to the Glacial Sea was to complete this elder sister, then we could predict that the information they needed the most was data from Abiessa. Yes, that appears accurate. Abiessa's data? It's a simple supposition. Yeah, supposition, Sensei. They were already aware of the Nameless God's powers. So upon learning of such a power, what would be the natural next step? It would be to acquire and validate data and confirm it could be used to their advantage. They fought us in order to gather data on the Abiessa? Then, the real purpose behind that fight. Correct, it was all part of their strategy. Although, I'm still unclear on what their strategy or motive was. As a caveat, this is all pure speculation. Speculations we've been having trouble finding any shred of evidence for. However, it would align why Gerbera has been refusing to meet us on the battlefield. And on top of everything, we've encountered a new prophet. To have left such a conspicuous trail, they must have some purpose in the Glacial Sea, right? That's likely the case. I'm curious about its appearance. Me as well, perhaps more than anyone else. But again, we're left with no clues. The only thing I can deduce, based on the trail we saw, is that it is unimaginably large. I suppose it would also surmise that it's capable of moving alone for extended periods of time. The Nameless God's power, Gerbera, the engineers of Decagrammaton, and the unknown prophet's motives. Listening to all like that feels so ominous. Just what are they after? There must be an answer hiding beneath the surface. What's happening all of a sudden? Anti-aircraft fire. We're under attack. We should land, President. There are hostiles in the air as well. Your order, Sensei? Emergency landing. Yes, commencing emergency landing. We're surrounded. I'll break through. Toki? Yes, I shall make quick work of them. Wow. That's Toki for you. They are very persistent. Is this attack also with the intent to collect data? No, this... Hold on. It's as if the trail we were following led us directly into the force of Decagrammaton's troops. Was this all a trap, or... Huh? The enemy's forces are suddenly retreating. In the ideal case, they will have recognized their inferiority and planned a strategic escape. However, this does not appear to be that. Another prophet? This is... could it be? Oh wait, it's probably Gerbera again. President, entity approaching from 15 meters below. This is where you've been. Gerbera! As expected. So full power Jabra. Okay.
さあ行くぞ。ここはもう終わりかな。
That's a lot of HP. Oh yeah, we are not winning this. Yeah, no, we're not winning this.
だからあなたたちは通れないよ。
Yeah, no, we're not winning this. Oh. Dang. Oh, dang. We just got rocked. Anyways, Mika solos. Based on how I'm feeling, I don't know how far we're gonna get today. Gasp! Isn't it not significantly stronger? Jabra is not the same as before. This is beyond a power boost. There's fundamental change in how it functions. For now, we should try to escape and regroup. Jabra, it's approaching! I will stall the enemy. While I do so, that is a no-good habit of yours, Toki. Can we even land a helicopter right now? Then at the very least, Sensei, mobilize Amos unit. What? Huh? Is that? Exchanging pleasantries in this situation isn't logical. Rio! So let's skip them this time. God, you! Rio! Please focus on the enemy in front of you, Sensei. I said Sensei, right? You too, Himari. I'm here to provide support. And a way to deal with the fifth prophet, Jabra. Fine. Only because we have no other choice. Thank you! Oh, we're fighting again? Okay. Oh wait, am I supposed to be playing? Sorry. I was on my phone. From the looks of it, I don't think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna die. Well, we're still alive. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing damage. There we go. That's Mika for you. It's slowing down. Toki. Yes, Miss Rio. Commencing attack. An effective hit, although we appear to have let it get away. A tactical retreat. A shame that it's escaped. Yet again. Fact, the retreat is to our advantage. We require time to assess and reorganize. Chipper's signal lost. It moves very efficiently. Oh well. Hello, Miss Rio. That was an efficient entrance in many ways. Excellent timing. But are you okay, President Himari? I have absolutely no idea why you feel the need to check on me, but I'm fine. I don't feel jealous in any way, shape, or form that certain someone came in on a trailblazing glory and stole the spotlight. Because I am benevolent, and generous, and kind. Do you understand, Amy? Yes, I understand that the president is sulking. You slander as effortlessly as you breathe. Holy shit. Could you stop being so elegant, Himari? Let's begin with the most superficial greeting I can muster. It's nice to see you again, Rio. How have you been? Did you not hear me say that we'll begin a superficial greeting? You could start with a simple, hello, Rio. Yes, understood. Hello. It's nice to see you. How have you been? Yes, I sincerely return the sentiment, Miss Rio. Have you been sleeping well? I hope you are not staying up all night and sleeping until the afternoon. Managing your circadian there. Managing your circadian rhythm is the only thing that housekeeping robots cannot assist you with. That has been... I'm trying. I believe I can visualize what Miss Rio and Toki's life together was like. Ahem. Should we inch our way over to the point now? To begin, you haven't returned to Millennium all this time. Where have you been hiding out? That's... Furthermore, a certain seminar treasurer has quite a bit to say to you. I can also simply not look past your dramatic reveal at such a crucial moment at that. Surely you weren't thinking. I need to do something to justify my return. I can't show my face again unless I have something to offer. I was tracking down every clue I could find to the Nameless God's powers. The Nameless God's powers? Yes. It didn't simply disappear after it manifested on that day. There were traces of it left all over Kibotos. I wasn't expecting to run into you during my investigation. Her investigation to the Nameless God's powers led her to Decagrammaton's profits? I'm still doing my utmost to prepare for and prevent the unknown phenomenon that could devastate Kibotos. That hasn't changed, not since I first established the Super Phenomenon Task Force. I'm not charismatic or very skilled at social interactions, so I wanted to do what I'm able to do. It was how I hoped to find redemption. Can we get a W Rio in chat? Fine, I could accept that. However, you simply offloaded the responsibilities of Super Phenomenon Task Force on me and disappeared. You could put me in a position where I couldn't refuse. Holy shit. Despite your dislike of me, I knew you would follow through. From a certain perspective, that could be seen as a threat. Now, let's not fight. Yes, even I can acknowledge that. In fact, even outside of this incident, we all owe you a debt, in one form or another. W and Sob. What I was really trying to say was stop waffling these useless things like redemptions or justifications, and just come back to Millennium. Huh? What was that? Did you say something? Forget it. However, the Super Phenomenon Task Force ended up fulfilling its role exactly as intended, Miss Rio. Yes, and I, excellent agent and a perfect maid, also played my role perfectly. Toki aside, as the founder of the Super Phenomenon Task Force, how do you feel? I'm still figuring that out. I thought you would answer like that. What can I say for certain is that the events occurring here are significant, and the ripples will spread far throughout Kibotos. To summarize, you know things that we don't. And I'm sure that, along that way, we've gathered data that you haven't. So here's my proposal, an exchange of information. That is the logical conclusion. Shall we undertake that endeavor as we continue our pursuit of Jebra? I accept those terms, Amy. Do you know... Oh, damn. I accept those terms, Amy. Do you know where the direction of Jebra retreated to? Affirmative. I remember. What are we waiting for? Let's move out, Sensei. That's nice. I haven't seen Rio in a fat minute. Alright. You said episode 5 is a good place to stop, or episode 11. I think I might stop at 5. I'm getting quite tired. And I have something to do in the morning tomorrow. Not work, but I have to run errands. The alarm's going off? Another message from Jebra? Oh? Darling Jebra lost? Oh, I see. Shall we commence plan B? No objections here. We'll respect Jebra's wishes to the very end. So we'll have to draw them to that place. Jebra sure worked hard to lure our enemies in the right direction though. That's right, Jebra. Meticulous, diligent, not to mention hot-headed. Let us analyze the logs. Oh? Dear, an unexpected variable. The name. Am I reading this right? Tsukatsuki Rio? Tsukatsuki Rio? Annoying. An annoying opponent. Ugh. Perhaps we should have anticipated this. But why? How? Another useless line of questioning. I need to grab a cough drop real quick because I feel another cough incoming. Give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. After all, she was the first one to notice the master's presence, and the first one with the audacity to investigate its traces. Regardless, we need to prepare a method to handle this variable. Even factoring her in, if we consider where they're being lured and what we have prepared. Here's the question. A variable has factored itself into the equation that we simply cannot ignore. Do we still proceed with our previous methodology? Well, what do you think we should do, Soph? Hold on. Sorry, I had to yawn because my eyes are getting very dry. Decisions. We have to be decisive. Yes. Yeah, we'll proceed with the plan, using the same methodology. As expected. In fact, I suspected as much. Are you sure? This is Tsukatsuki Rio. Yes, yeah, I'll acknowledge that she's a formidable foe. But on the other hand... That kid is just as formidable, don't you think, Ain? What do I think? Our kids are invincible, right? Yes, you're correct. That baby is invincible. Regardless, one step into that place and Tsukatsuki Rio will be rendered utterly useless. Yes, since Tsukatsuki Rio is the only here wirelessly. Absolutely correct. Lastly, we need to correctly evaluate just what level of threat this new variable poses. Tsukatsuki Rio, one with the audacity to grasp at forbidden technology, which lies well beyond her station. I knew her data. Additionally, she founded the Super Phenomenon Task Force, which dared to meddle with the Master's operations. I suppose Akabushi Himari was the helm of that sabotage, however. She obscured her location and operated from the darkest shadows until now. What would cause her suddenly to reveal herself? For her to suddenly step onto the front lines? Right, for one reason or another, she was waiting for that teacher of theirs to join. All of it is soft-seedy speculation. Shut it, you. Anyway, whether Tsukatsuki Ryo is as dangerous as a variable as Sensei, or simply one we can write out of the equation, we'll have to see. The conclusion of Soph has come too. Then, you intend to evaluate the significance of the new variable, alongside the utter decimation of all other enemies using the child? Do I need to say it again? But is it really alright? If they encounter that child, even those people would surely die? Yes, an issue of great complication. We have yet to harm a human, have held to desire to do so, never even thought of it. If honesty were to compel me, I admit that even I feel. Ain, Soph, my thoughts are that this burden is one we must carry. Huh? I speak truly, do I not? In luring the humans out to the Glacial Sea, we have already pronounced our resolve in that regard. Did we not already tell them, please die? Wasn't that just for dramatic effect? Ah, yes, yeah. I thought that was the case as well. Listen, both of you, strengthen your spirit, for the sake of the elder sister. But, I know, Ain, I know. We never planned. Our ultimate goal was to avoid the solution to the equation. But who came to the turf first? Sensei and other humans invaded, without permission, I might add. I thought I was the only human. Yes, I understand. I must strengthen my resolve so I don't fall behind. Yes, all will be as it should be. Yes. Although making such a statement is the very epitome of irresponsibility. What? Or, apologies truly, and exhibits such a wide array of responses. The temptation to experiment with different variables is simply too strong. Oh, I was sorely tempted to experiment with your logic circuit's durability as well. Could it be my test subject? Rather than you being the one to conduct such an intriguing experiment. Ow! Enough violence! Soph, it's fine. You don't have to. As I stated previously, I've been investigating the traces of the nameless god's power left behind. And in that process, I unexpectedly encountered Jebra, the fifth prophet of Decagrammaton. Does that create a connection to the trail we found at the Glacial Sea? We've been unable to draw a line from Decagrammaton and the nameless gods, at least until now. That is correct, Amy. I'm sure there are some truths to be uncovered in that alone. For now, we'll review what we're absolutely certain is fact. I've also gathered information on the other prophet that inhabits the Glacial Sea. It appears to be mining resources here. Mining resources? I suspect this prophet has taken the form of ship and subkind, an icebreaker of the tactical ship. I see. The hypothesis would align with the traces that we discovered. The Glacial Sea. Very few humans travel here, but it's known to have a wealth of resources. Knowing that, we can surmise. Damn it! We can surmise that Jebra's role here is to patrol the nearby terrain for potential enemies, and act as a guard for the other prophet. That actually does make sense. Did you find the identity of the ship-shaped prophet? Not as of yet. It strangely emits almost no readable signals. I've attempted to take pictures of the scenes with the Amas I converted into a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. Reconnaissance? Yeah, aircraft. But there's only so much that can be done while avoiding detection. I see. We'll incorporate your data into the hypothesis we've been developing. What hypothesis is that? Based on our observations, Decagrammaton engineers are not only aware of the Nameless God's power, but also have likely acquired it. Yes, that seems like a likely conclusion. We realized during our battle that the engineers were recording data from Toki's Abiesa. We could only conclude that it was to validate whether they have collected the Nameless God's power. On top of that, according to your information, there's another prophet, shaped like a ship, mining resources in the glacial sea. And as it left the area, it left a massive trail behind. Which begs the question. What kind of question? We've more or less determined Jebra's purpose, patrolling and data collection. But for what reason is this mystery prophet mining resources? Do you think it has a different motive from Jebra? I believe so. Though it's just my belief. Again, this is all speculation and hypothesis. We'll only find answers on the field, at the end of the trail we've been tracking. According to my calculations, there is a high likelihood that the ship's prophet is waiting there. Wait, I have a report. While we've been speaking, it seems like the terrain below us has changed. It'll decrease our altitude. Please buckle your seatbelts and beware of turbulence. This looks kind of sad. Huh? What's wrong, President? What is this? I'd foolishly believed we had finally escaped the clutches of the glacial sea, only to enter a frozen tundra? There's nothing warm about a tundra. I can't take off my insulated suit. It's difficult to move. Yes, it's cold. I like it. Maybe it's a teeny tiny bit better than the glacial sea? I don't want a teeny tiny bit. I would like for a fundamental problem to be solved. However, it is warmer here. On average, the temperature has risen around 3 degrees Celsius. In fact, the sea will not freeze as easily here. I would like to emphasize that there is no sea here. On to more important matters, I've identified something strange. What is that? It appears to be a trace left behind something capable of moving. What is this new OST? From certain perspectives, it is actually quite normal. We came this far following the wisp of a trace, so why not continue to follow a trace? But this one is, well, they look like giant pits, perfectly spaced out. Does a ship leave behind such traces? I know this sounds ridiculous, but yes, I don't quite know how to say it. However, as Sensei said, it appears to be something like the footprints of a huge monster? The way you could say aloud is what everyone is afraid to. It's quite commendable at times. Are modern ships capable of walking? No, do you hear yourself? Ships cannot walk. What purpose would it serve to attach legs to a ship? There's no one in existence who operates with such irrationality and efficiency. But you enjoy rational and efficient things, President, like astrology and numerology and... You simply cannot understand my genius, Amy. Astrology is one giant science combining the studies of many different disciplines. including celestial statistics and events, philosophies surrounding the malleability of fate, mathematics, and physics. But giant monsters are a realm that cannot be explained by science, a complete figment of imagination. There's no way they exist. Come now, Amy. You say that now? How do we approach this? We've been unable to acquire any other leads. It would be inefficient to simply turn back now. I think so too. Thanks for the summary, Toki. Thank you, Sensei. And while you're at it, they say compliments make the world go round. I am not the world, but I am Asuma Toki. What did you do, Sensei? Toki's saying weird things again. So it's my fault, is it? I've taken stock out of the situation. Please stay alert for any Please alert us for any updates, Rio. Understood. Can you stand guard, Toki? We need to be prepared for any possible threats. Understood, President Himari. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna stop right there. We got through quite a bit, actually. We got from 12 of the first chapter to episode 5 of the second chapter, which is really good because we do have these ones, and look how long they are too. Man, Eating Treaty is mad long. I miss Eating Treaty. But other than that, I really enjoyed reading that. That was nice. And how much free pulls do I have right now? 40. June 8th. I do want Himari armed, but I also want Rio armed. Rio's the same height as me? She might be a bit taller. I'm like 5'6", 5'5". Although, that's that was great. I really liked reading that. That was really fun. Let me buy stuff from the shop real quick. I'm good. All right. Let me look through my students. It's been a fat minute. I still have a lot of level 1 students. I will level them up whenever I need to. And how much of these do I have? Not a lot. Ritsu, I love you. Since I was gone, I missed out on... Yeah. Alright, but I think I'm gonna end stream there. Wait, Momo Talks. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to head to bed, actually. I need to get ready for bed. I gotta do something in the morning, but that was a really fun reading session. 2 hours of reading. I could never have asked for more. Or ask for anything better. Anyways, if you're still here, bro, thanks for being with me. Or just thanks for coming to the stream. Whoever else came, and if someone came right now, sorry about that. But other than that, I think I'm good. Alright, you guys have a good night. See you guys later.